Hey guys, it's Outlaw Doug here. And got my allergies acting up. And you already know by the thumbnail. Here, one I'm getting ready to watch. Biggest insects alive today. Ugh. Let's get to it.
Did you think insects were small and harmless? Take one good look at this grasshopper and think again. Welcome to the very real world of giant creepy crawlies, where dragonflies...
What? Was that a real grasshopper? On the world?
Rival crows for size. Stick insects grow double the size of a Jack Russell Terrier. Entomophobes beware, things are about to get a little ugly. Join the richest as we explore some of the biggest, most behemoth insects ever caught. Batting first in our lineup, the bewildering, unbelievably massive Arthroplura. Winding the clock back to around 345 to 295 million years ago, these intimidating creatures scampered through what is now northeastern North America and Scotland. If upright, it would dwarf even the tallest of humans. And it could reach more than 8 feet or 2.4 meters in length. But even though it made hundreds of other species look teeny tiny, it was entirely herbivorous, choosing instead to munch on plants and plants alone. The Atlas moth, found in the lush forests of the great continent of Asia. The Atlas is the biggest moth species on Earth. How big? Before we even give you the numbers, just check out this picture of one in a human hand. Yikes, that is a big bug. The wingspan of the average moth is only about 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. The wingspan of the Atlas moth is a whopping 12 times bigger at 1 whole foot. That's over 30 centimeters. That's pretty much equal to the average wingspan of a cardinal. The total area of the Atlas moth's wings can reach 60 square inches. That's not too much smaller than your average handheld tablet computer. Their bodies can be a whole inch thick as well. These bird-sized moths start out as giant 12-centimeter long caterpillars. When they're ready to pupate, they spin a cocoon that's as big as a credit card. Knowing that, it won't surprise you to learn that in some places in Taiwan, Atlas moth cocoons are used as change purses. Flying in next is what may very well have been the largest insect ever known. This was Meganeuropsis permiana, a massive type of dragonfly that, lucky for us, is long extinct. Discovered through fossils in Elmo, Kansas in 1939, it had a purported body length of a whopping 17 inches or 43 centimeters from head to tail, a wing length of 13 inches, 33 centimeters, and a wing span that reached up to an incredible 28 inches, that's 71 centimeters. Meganeuropsis lived in the epoch known as the Permian era, roughly 250 to 300 million years ago, before the dinosaurs. Were it still around today, it would have proved a formidable opponent to any flying animal. It would have been larger than a vampire bat. With its wingspan and estimated weight of 1 pound, it would have been roughly the size of a crow. However, part of the reason it was able to survive for so long was the lack of flying predators. During the time of Meganeuropsis, there were no bats or birds, but there were very big bugs. The world's biggest beetles can be found in the Amazon rainforest of South America. None of them are quite as impressive, however, as Titanus gigantus, the Titan beetle. The largest known specimen measured 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters in length. That is pretty big, but what makes this beetle even more impressive is the size of its publicity team. Believe it or not, the Titan beetle is a popular draw for tourists. So much so that ecotourism agencies in South America actually feature photos of the Titan beetle in their advertising pamphlets. We recommend proceeding with caution, though. The mandibles of the Titan beetle have been known to break through the skin and even snap a pencil in half. They'll give you a warning first, though.
That scared the crap out. I thought it was going to jump. Jesus.
Threatened, the Titan beetle can produce a goose pimple-inducing hissing sound. Other bugs that do this include the watermelon beetle of North America and its very loud cousin, the hissing cockroach of Madagascar. Arachnophobes look away because, ladies and gentlemen, this is the South American Goliath bird-eating spider, growing up to the size of a small dog. It's the biggest spider that you'll hopefully never have to witness with your own eyes, growing up to an entire foot in length. That's bigger than a dinner plate. They can weigh up to 6 ounces, and their leg span alone can reach up to 12 inches. Contrary to their name, their diet isn't all about birds. At their enormous size, they can eat just about any creature that crosses their path, birds included, of course. You would assume that with 8 legs that that the Goliath is a smooth mover, but that's far from the case. Scientists have actually described the sound of its scampering as, quote, a horse's hooves hitting the ground. Seriously? That's wild. Hold on to your hats for this next entry and take a look at this viral photograph from 1937. This Montana man shot a grasshopper that was 3 feet long and weighed an estimated 20 pounds. That's the size of roughly 4,500 regular grasshoppers combined. Not only that, but the image is totally fake, guys. Come on, you didn't really believe it was real, did you? An uncropped version of the photo reveals that the image is copyrighted as the intellectual property of a Kohl's studio in Glasgow, Montana. Very likely the studio that doctored the image. Apparently, doctored images of giant grasshoppers were popular on postcards during the 1930s. There's more of them out there as well. You can tell the image is obviously fake. The first giveaway is the grasshopper would have cast a shadow on the man's pants and on the ground in the same direction as the man's shadow. But secondly, grasshoppers simply do not get this big. The biggest they get is about 2 inches long, and they weigh no more than just over half a gram. The only insect that even comes close to being a giant grasshopper is New Zealand's giant weta, which is technically in the cricket family and only gets about as big as a gerbil. The tarantula hawk, despite what you'd expect...
I didn't mean to pause it.
This isn't a hawk at all, nor is it a tarantula. It's actually, any guesses? Yup, a wasp. Anyway, these alarming insects are huge. Their stinger alone can be up to 7 millimeters long, and its sting is among the most painful of any insect out there in the wild. At over 2 inches in size, these critters are not to be messed with. Fun fact, the tarantula hawk is actually the state insect of New Mexico. But don't let that fool you. They can be found all over the world, from Southeast Asia to Africa, Europe, Australia, and of course, all over North and South America. New Mexico included, obviously. Considering that these insects are large and poisonous enough to take down giant tarantulas, we'll be staying as far away as possible, as you should too. If you suffer from melissophobia, you may want to avert your eyes now. Introducing Wallace's giant bee, the largest bee on the planet. It's the females of this species that are large and in charge, reaching a length of 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters, with a wingspan of a staggering 2.5 inches or 60 millimeters. Well, it's staggering for a bee anyway. Despite its conspicuous size, this giant bee, native to Indonesia, was thought to be extinct not once, but twice. Rediscovered in 1981, and then complete silence for decades, until one female specimen, described as being the size of a human thumb, was found in early 2019 on the North Moluccas Islands. The specimen was filmed and photographed before being re-released into the wild. The species has been classified as vulnerable by the IUCN, which is why sightings have been so rare. These girls are 10 times the size of honeybees, but they don't produce honey. They do possess an unusually loud buzzing sound, however, and possess a giant jaw powerful enough to scrape resin off of trees and build burrows inside existing termite mounds. Next up, the Goliath beetle. If measured in terms of size, bulk, and weight combined, Goliath beetles could contend for the title of the largest insect on Earth. The males of these decorated arthropods can grow up to 4 inches or 10.1 centimeters, and they can weigh as much as 3.5 ounces or 100 grams in their larval stage.
What in the world's that? Oh no. No.
Right, they actually shrink to about half that weight when they reach adulthood. Perhaps most enticing about this species are its patterns and colorings. Some sport spectacular displays of eerily skeletal black and white patterns. Others, like the Goliath cassicus, can don bright oranges, ambers, and yellows. The size and beauty of the Goliath beetle actually makes them coveted pets for some. Though they stick to a strict vegetarian diet in the wild, those in captivity have been known to enjoy pet food usually reserved for pets with only 4 legs. They have no teeth for eating, but their pointy mandible joints are capable of delivering a sizable pinch. Stick bugs, or walking sticks, are known for their camouflage capability. Look, can you find a stick bug in this?
What is that? What is that? What is that? That's a big bug right there. Get me the creeps.
Oh, give up? It's right here. See what we mean? The longest stick bug known was the Chan's megastick, found on the Indonesian island of Borneo and measuring a huge 14.2 inches or 36 centimeters in length. However, in 2016, Chan's megastick was dethroned with the discovery of Phrygiananistra chinensis Zhao, discovered and named for Zhao Li of the Insect Museum of West China.
What even is that? Imagine that thing being in your bed at night.
Zhao had spent years searching for the massive insect described by locals. He finally found one on a mountain in the Guangxi Zhuan region. This massive bug measures a whopping 2.5 feet. That's 62.4 centimeters, easily making it a candidate for the longest insect on Earth. Just look at the massive thing. In comparison, the American crow generally reaches only 21 inches in length. A green iguana isn't even as long as this stick bug, measuring only 17 inches. Zhao's stick bug is 24.5 inches long, folks. That's pretty much the length of your average chihuahua. It is long, but it's also thin, and it does look like a stick. But does that make it any less intimidating, though? Tell us what you think in the comments. Rounding out our list, the largest butterfly in the world goes to Queen Alexandra's birdwing. This butterfly is so large that the first specimen ever studied was taken down with a shotgun. The female Queen Alexandra can have a wingspan equal to that of the Atlas moth at up to 1 foot or 30 centimeters. That's an entire inch wider than the world's second biggest butterfly, the Goliath birdwing. By the way, though they do belong to the same family of insects, Lepidoptera, butterflies and moths have slightly different physical features, and unlike butterflies, moths are generally nocturnal. Perhaps the Queen Alexandra's birdwing acquired its large size as a way of letting us know that it was there, as its natural habitat is limited to the small Oro province on the island nation of New Guinea. The people of Oro take so much pride in being home to the world's largest butterfly that the insect is featured prominently in the official province flag. Many rare birds also make their home here, such as the smallest of all cassowaries, the dwarf cassowary. Unfortunately for the world's largest butterfly, encroaching development in its natural habitat has landed this species on the endangered.
Alright. These bugs were pretty creepy. That one that was like the huge one that was like looked like a stick with those long legs, and then that other one, the beetle or whatever it even was, crawling up that dude's arm. No, man, no. I'm already not a cricket fan. That's crawling up me. I'm going nuts. No. Those kind of bugs creep me out. Okay, I'm glad to close off this video. Anyway, subscribe for more. Give me the 20 subs. We still got three more subs away from 20. Help me out, guys. And don't forget to keep it freaking ill, Billy. Peace out.